Our Flag Means Death Season 2 Episode 7 starts with Ed wrapping up all his leathers and throwing them overboard. He then brings Steed breakfast in bed. Ed tells him about his merman vision of Steed and says the breakfast is a thank you for saving his life. Izzy arrives and informs Steed that they've docked at the Republic of Pirates. In honor of their agreement, Richard Baines has sent a large clock to each of Jing Yisaw's ships. At the Republic of Pirates, Olu, Jim and the others notice that a lot of people bear Jing Yisaw's mark of recruitment, a red knotted piece of cloth. Jing Yisaw is there as well but avoids them once she notices Olu. Ed and Steed enjoy a meal at a shack a little away from the crowd, one of Ed's favorite spots. Steed tells Ed about the letters he wrote and sent in bottles. Then a couple of other pirates approach them and Ed assumes they want his autograph, but turns out they want Steed's. Steed's escapade with Ned Lowe seems to be common knowledge and he has fans now. Ed convinces Steed they should go to Spanish Jackie's bar so he can get a taste of his fame. At the bar, Steed is indeed the man of the hour. Ed even gives him some tips on dealing with paparazzi and tells him someone will try to kill him at some point. Jackie even welcomes the rest of Steed's crew despite their last encounter being sour. They get to meet the Swede who has had a makeover. Jackie asks Ed if he's experiencing a regular person phase and Ed claims it may not be just a phase. She then highlights the difference in between Ed and Steed, who is just now getting recognition. This seems to make Ed worry. Olu thinks about his memories with Jing Yisaw and then talks to the Swede about his relationship with Jackie. Jim and Archie tells Jing Yisaw how much Olu has missed her and she agrees to meet him. Izzy catches Ed looking at fishermen at work. While speaking with a bunch of his new fans, Steed says that he and Ed are a partnership. Although, he's not around at that moment. A drunk man shouts at Steed and is about to attack him, but Steed flicks a cigarette onto him and he bursts into flames. Everybody cheers the gentleman pirate. Steed finally finds Ed on his own and raves about what a good day he's been having. Ed isn't as happy about it, and claims he and Steed may have taken things too fast by sleeping together the night before. He says they're different. Steed is blowing up now. Ed then reveals that he's taken a job on a fishing boat and is leaving. Steed tries to argue with him, but Ed refuses to listen, and it ends with Steed calling him a coward. Pete and Frenchie take advantage of their newfound fame and sell Steed's autographs while Wee John gives people tattoos of Steed's face. It's all a money-making gimmick. Steed is sitting by his new friends when Izzy approaches him to talk about Ed. He admits Steed and Ed are good for each other, but the latter is a complicated man. Jim gets Olu to meet with Jing Yisaw and the two properly catch up. Olu apologizes for leaving and Jing Yisaw admits she missed him. Back at the bar, both of them tell Jim and Archie that Olu will be leaving with her now. Of course, there is room for 2 more people. Just as Jim and Archie are considering it, Steed assumes that the captain is poaching his crew. He stands up against her, and they argue. When she makes a comment about Ed, Steed flares up and they begin to fight. It spirals and soon the entire bar is in a fight. Steed is getting beat up by Jing Yisaw and refuses to give in. Just as she's about to hit him with a plank, all the clocks in her ships strike midnight and simultaneously blow up. Everybody turns towards the sea where her ships are exploding. A cannonball rushes towards Jing Yisaw. In a post-credits scene of Our Flag Means Death Season 2 Episode 7, Fong and Roach soak their feet in a pond. Roach puts on a face mask. The episode review another episode of Our Flag Means Death which manages to be entertaining and interesting at the same time. The writing impeccably brings together humor, drama and suitable character development. It's refreshing to have Jing Yisaw on screen again, and her dynamic with Olu is great. It's so fascinating to watch Steed get the things that he's lacked his whole life, recognition as someone strong and fearsome. He was constantly criticized for being weak and soft, and now he's being celebrated for his bravado, even if it comes from violent deeds. It's understandable then, that he's enjoying the fame and attention. It offers him validation where he was always patronized. Simultaneously, It's understandable that Ed is in a different phase of life and wants to step away from the violence of pirating. In classic Ed fashion, he panics and leaves. As long as the writers don't keep them apart for too long, the story could work out. Another separation would not sit well in the show's trajectory, so it would be best if the finale had them communicate instead.